Hi guys, welcome back for my next project for Teacher Appreciation Week. One day next week is the theme You Are a Treat, which is bring your teacher their favorite treats. So this acrylic letter that I purchased at Hobby Lobby, I purchased it last year on clearance, is what inspired the color combination here. So I found these navy blue and white and the craft paper bag at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use these scrap animal print papers to decorate my bags. So the theme this week is to make quick and easy projects in no time because we are mass producing here for these teachers. So I am not cutting the paper. I'm actually going to use this tearing technique. I've really never done the tearing, and I have to say it was very satisfying to tear paper instead of trying to cut paper in a straight line. So I might be doing more of these projects. So here I'm just tearing the paper, and I'm trying to purposely leave the white outline in between because then I'm taking a sponge and my black ink so I can stain the white. So my vision for this project was to tear, the same piece of paper, different sizes and shapes, to glue down to my bag. And I'm only covering the front portion of the bag. That's the side that I'm decorating. So here you'll see me repeating the same steps with my second and third piece. Now that we have all of our pieces, let's go ahead and start placement and gluing everything down. So here you see that I'm just playing around with my pieces, trying to figure out, where to add my pieces. I decided to tear one of the pieces a little bit more, and instead of lining it up all the way up to the top of the bag, having that fresh line up the top, I decided to tear it so I can glue it down a little bit further down. But play around with this technique, place the pieces wherever you feel they fit best. So now I'm going to start gluing all of my pieces down, and I'm just using regular glue here, my Reptile glue. And I'm just adding a little bit of glue to the bottom of the bag and then adding my pieces. I like using wet glue for this project because it does give you a couple of seconds to move your paper around. Once you place it down, make sure you give it a nice press. Once I glue everything down, now I'm going to take my scissors and trim any overhang. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm only decorating the front of the bag. Now let's make a tag for our bag. So I'm using 2 pieces of cardstock that measure 2.5 by 4.25. I'm using a white and navy blue. I'm decorating the navy blue tag using the same technique that I use for the paper bag, using the tear technique and then staining the edges black. I'm going to glue down the design paper to the bottom of the tag and also to the top of the tag. Make sure to press everything down using your spatula or your bone folder. Here I'm cutting off all the overhang pieces. I then take my corner punch to corner out the sides of my tag. This tool is not necessary, it's just for convenience. You can also do this using your scissors. Then I take my hole puncher and I'm going to punch a hole on the center of my tags. I group my tags together and then I take some black and white twine to tie them up. I use about 8 inches of twine and I'm just making a double knot. Don't forget to write your message in the back of your tag. I also added a message on the other side of the tag, on the inside portion. Then to finish off decorating our tag, I'm going to take that acrylic S sticker and I'm going to place it at a slight angle right in the center in between my two pieces of design paper. I then take this curly ribbon that I purchased again at the Dollar Tree, and it's a long piece, but I decide to trim this piece into two sections. So here you see me just separating the ribbon, trying to find a good area for me to cut. Before I cut, I just take my stapler and I staple it a couple times just to group all the ribbon together, and then I trim it. I then take a piece of the design paper and I cut a little strip, maybe 3/4 by 2 inches, and using hot glue, I start to wrap that around the top of the bunch of ribbon. Just make sure to continue to add hot glue as you're wrapping it. So in every section that I wrap, I added a little dot of hot glue. Now let's finish our bag. So I'm gonna first put the chocolate inside the bag just so that can add some weight to my bag while I continue to decorate. So the first thing I'm going to do is take that ribbon and I split it here in half and I place it like you see, in between one of the loops of the handle. I can't think of words. And I just wanted to see how low the curls were going to hang, because now this is when I determined that I wanted my tag to hang much lower so the curls are not covering the pretty tag that I just created. So I replaced the current twine that I had with another piece of twine, and I think this piece of twine measured about 12 to 14 inches. And here you see me attaching it, and again I'm just making a triple knot just to hold it in place. And I made sure that the tag hangs, low. I think it hangs down about 3 inches. So then now I take my curly ribbon, again, put it, behind the handle. And on that piece where we added the paper that we wrapped around the top of the ribbon, I add some hot glue, and that's the piece that I attach inside the bag to glue it in place. And then I fix my little curls, make them look pretty. I then take the tissue paper, and again, this tissue paper came from the Dollar Tree. I was so excited when I found the blue and white. So here I'm just taking 2 of the pieces and I bunch them together, and then I insert them into the bag. And that's it. That completes this project. I hope you were inspired. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one. Bye.